As you're going through your spiritual awakening journey, you will experience a lot of those emotional roller coaster experience, those emotional ups and downs that can cause a lot of inner turmoil, can cause you to feel very overwhelmed, very stretched and stressed. And it can even cause you to be pushed to almost the breaking point, because you're feeling so much, you're experiencing so much. And then you also have to go through your own self-healing. You're going through the period of darkness of the soul where you have to really dig deep, and all that purging and all of those things can have you feeling absolutely raw and emotionally absolutely drained. And in this video today, I want to share with you 5 techniques for your own self-emotional healing, so you can go through the spiritual awakening journey without experiencing all that discomfort and inner turmoil that you may be experiencing. Now, first, I want to mention the most important thing about this emotional healing, really finding the inner peace and really calming down your emotions, you want to become aware. Awareness is really key, because if you don't have awareness, you can't do anything about it. So by you becoming aware of what's really happening, what are you feeling, what are you experiencing, really leaning into that and then allowing yourself to become aware of whenever you're feeling not okay. That's usually a good indicator that something is off. If you're feeling not okay, you want to pause for a moment and just center yourself, tune in, like, okay, what is going on here? What am I feeling? What am I experiencing? What is at the root of things? You want to really work with your emotions, but not from a victim point of view, but more from an empowered point of view. Because yes, you can have all these experiences and be the victim of the situation by saying, well, I'm just feeling all these things. I don't know what to do with this. I can't handle this. And that causes a really negative experience. But when you're noticing that I'm not feeling okay, and you're pausing, okay, what am I experiencing here? You're really working with your emotions, because your emotions, they can be that guide also to help you uncover what even requires healing. Because like I said, when you're going through your spiritual awakening, there's a lot of inner healing that is required. A lot of purging is happening. And you can do that from an empowered point of view, where you really work with those emotions. You let them come up and you become aware of them. Like, okay, there's something there. What can I do here? What is coming up? What requires healing? What's at the core of this? What is the message, the lesson, the gift here? That is then going about the empowered way. Or if you're going the victim kind of route, then you're just letting the emotions run all over you. And I get it. Sometimes it's hard to determine, well, what is going on? What am I feeling? Especially if you're right in the midst of this immense emotional turmoil. Now, these tips I'm about to share with you will still help you. These techniques will still help you to then, calm your emotions down. But I want to invite you to do your best to really become aware, because if you're becoming aware of when things are starting to feel not okay, you can basically nip it in the bud before it gets so intense. Because once you're in that really intense state, then you may just have to really feel the emotions for some time until you can really release it, because you're just purging in that moment. But still, these tips I'm about to share with you, these techniques can still help you during the period of purging as well. But ideally, you want to work with your emotions as they're coming up, because then they're not going to be so intense, because you're working with it on a day-to-day basis. With whenever something comes up, you're doing your work. So let me share with you those 5 techniques of what you can do. So once you're becoming aware of that, you're not feeling okay, that something is off. The first technique I want to share with you, and this is absolutely powerful, is using Oponopono. Oponopono is an Hawaiian mantra that can help you, if you're using it with intention, to really clear out that emotional charge. And the way it goes is you basically tune in. You're feeling into the emotions. When you're feeling something, you're feeling into the emotions, and you're really tuning in, and you're setting an intention that with this Oponopono mantra, I'm going to release the negative charge. I'm going to release what is no longer serving me. And you're really just tuning in. You can tune into your heart, and then you just repeat either in your mind or out loud, I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. So you repeat that until you feel that tension releasing, until you feel that negative charge lessening. Now you can also evolve it a little bit more, saying, I'm sorry, please forgive me for having given my power away. Thank you for allowing me to become aware of this now. And I love you for doing this work, for allowing yourself to clear this, to heal this, to release this, if you would like to. Now you can also just stick with this. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. But if you're feeling that something doesn't really want to budge, it's kind of stuck, you can evolve this mantra and add more to it, but still keeping the base form. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And here, when it's about I forgive you, you're not forgiving another person. You're forgiving your part in that you had in whatever was going on, right? So using that Hawaiian mantra is so powerful. And it can be your mantra that you just keep repeating in the back of your mind, throughout the day. And especially whenever you're feeling that something is not okay, tune in and really focus on that. Set the intention. You're going to release that, and then repeat the mantra until you're feeling that release. But like I said, your intention is really important here. You want to intend, because you can just repeat the mantra and nothing happens. So you want to put the intention behind it. Intention is really key here. Intention is so very powerful. But the first technique I want to invite you to try is Ho'oponopono. And then the second technique is sending love and light to your emotions. Here what you do, and this is like maybe visualize, or you're just really intending. Also, intention is so powerful. You're bringing up those emotions, and then you're really intending to send love and light to these emotions. You can imagine is seeing those emotions being enveloped with this beautiful, loving white light, and letting it then really dissolve into a nothingness where it came from. Really intending to transmute those emotions, those lower level frequencies, into love and light. That too can help you dissolve them as they're coming up. And you can also use that in combination with Ho'oponopono as well, if you so choose. So as you're using Ho'oponopono, you can then sending love and light to those emotions and letting them transmute as well. So you're getting somewhat of a double whammy when you're combining the two. But just intending to transmute those lower level frequencies into love and light is also very powerful, as you're sending that love and light to those emotions. And you may say, well, how can I send love to those emotions? Because the emotions are not good. Completely get that. But you see, the thing is, it's like you want to release it. You want to let it go. And yes, even though those emotions are what you're feeling is not good, is not comfortable, the thing is, be grateful for what comes up, because whatever comes up, you're becoming aware of that, right? Then that gives you the power to do something about it. If those emotions wouldn't come up, you wouldn't know that they're there. But they're still there. They're still deep beneath the surface. You're just not aware of them. So whenever something comes up, be grateful for that. And that's why sending love to that, sending light to that, right? Because then you can let it go. Then the third technique is choose to let it go. Yes, this may sound easier than done, but actually it is quite easy, because you can choose. You have the freedom to choose what you want to hold on to, what do you want to let go of, and what do you want to continue to experience. So choose to let it go. If those emotions that are coming up, if they're not serving you, choose to let it go. Choose to maybe look at it from a different perspective. Choose to sever the ties. Decide that you no longer want to give power to that emotion. Your decision, you choosing, is that powerful. Have you ever stopped doing something from one moment to the next? Like, for example, I used to smoke many, many years ago. And then from one moment to the next, I stopped cold turkey, because I made a decision that I really didn't like to smell like an ashtray all the time. So in that moment, I really decided, I'm done. I didn't smoke no more. And I haven't since. And your decision, you making a choice, can be that powerful. Or maybe have you ever decided you want to lose weight, and then all of a sudden you really started that you started to become more healthier, you started like maybe counting calories, or you stopped eating certain things like sugary things or whatnot, and then you started to lose weight. It was because of a decision that you made. And it's the same with your emotions, with whatever you're experiencing. You just choosing that you're not giving your power away to those emotions anymore can be powerful enough to let them go. You want to choose to take your power back and then course correct. So if you know, okay, you don't want that anymore, you don't want to feel that anymore, well, what do you want to feel instead? You want to then replace it with something else. And then here too, make a choice. Decide from this point forward, I want to feel this. I want to respond this way. I want to show up in this way. Whatever it is, you want to then decide. And of course, you may need to decide and choose more often because it's going to come back, right? So this is like you're training that muscle, right? You're training that muscle of you deciding that you don't want that no more. And this is your new path. And then you want to course correct. Set those intentions that from this point forward, you're no longer going to give your power away to this, and you're going to embrace this instead. Then the fourth technique I want to share with you is actually leaning into those emotions. Sometimes emotions, they need to be felt. They need an outlet. Think of it like that. If you have piled down, pushed down all these emotions for a very, very long time, and then all of a sudden they're just about to blow. Think of it like a pressure cooker, right? Pressure cooker is about to blow. Sometimes those emotions simply need to be felt because they need an outlet. But here you can also do it in an empowered way or in a disempowered way. The disempowered way is you're just crying and being upset, being depressed just because you're feeling like it, right? But you can also do it in an empowered way. You're saying, okay, I'm feeling this. I'm giving myself, let's say, 30 minutes, an hour, the max. You don't want to go too long. But sometimes you may actually need to just feel it for like an entire day, right? But you want to set the intention. Okay, I'm giving myself now the time to just feel the emotions, but not to hold on to it, to basically soak in it. But no, I'm feeling it with the intention of letting it go, of releasing it. Think of it like that. Whenever you're sick, let's say you have a big cold, right? You're feeling pretty horrible for a couple of days. You're sweating it out. You're resting with the intention, I want to rest to get better. So it's kind of like the same way. Like you want to then sometimes certain feelings, certain emotions, they need to be felt. But you want to do it with the intention, okay, I'm going to feel that now with the intention of releasing it, letting it go. You're doing that purging, right? If it's something that's a little smaller, you can maybe say, okay, I'm going to give myself like an hour here. And then that's it. And then here it goes back to that decision, right? So giving yourself that hour, maybe 2 hours, tune in and see, okay, how long do I need for this? How long do I need to feel this pain in order to release that? And then go with whatever time you're getting. Maybe even set a timer like, okay, for the next 15 minutes or 30 minutes or an hour, I'm just going to sit here. I'm going to feel all the emotions with the intention of releasing it. And then you can even imagine like letting it come out of your feet, like really letting it all go out of your feet, turning it over to Mother Nature, to Mother Earth, so she can transmute it into love and light. You can also imagine like pushing it out of every pore of your body, of your being, whatever works for you. But give yourself that time, really leaning into that emotions, that feeling that you're feeling with the intention of letting it go. Because some of those emotions need an outlet. Here you may then even need to actually give it a voice, whether it is through crying, whether it's through writing in your journal, really letting it all out. Now, if you do want to talk to someone, just maybe set the stage right away. Say, hey, I just want to talk. Please just listen. I don't want no advice. I don't want you to tell me what I need to do. I just want to vent. Or maybe record yourself to just let it out, because you don't want to talk to someone and they're giving you feedback, and then that's not going to be very healing either, right? Because that's only going to keep, because they're putting their 2 sentences in there, and usually it is not helping you unless you're actually working with someone. Maybe you have a coach or a mentor or a healer or something like that. But giving it a voice can really help you then let it go as well. Because certain things, they do need an outlet. They do need a voice. Because you don't want to hold on to it, but you want to release it. Now, the 5th technique, and this is one of my favorite ones, is actually using light language for the healing and releasing. Now, you can go through my list of light language activations if you would like. I have a playlist in the description below with a lot of light language activations, because if you're feeling the emotional pain, if you're feeling like you have childhood trauma or past life things or anything like that, because as you're going through your spiritual awakening journey, there's all these different things that you're experiencing. So here, using light language can help you clear it on a cellular level, on an energetic level. Because yes, certain things, they do need extra help. They need more of that energetic work. And here too, you may then also decide you may want to work with someone that can help you as well. So feel free to explore my light language activation to really help you on that. But light language is really a powerful tool to go deep in clearing out all of those blockages, the interferences, the emotional charge, all of those different things. Or at least that's what my light language do, because I focus on clearing the emotional charge, releasing those energetic blockages, and also activating then, the good things, the positive things, so you can really move forward without all that negative baggage. But here are the 5 techniques that I want to invite you, give these a try to see how it helps you as you're going through your spiritual awakening journey. Now, the final bonus tip that I want to mention is sometimes you may then also want to get help, whether it's working with a healer, a coach, a mentor, because sometimes you're too close to your own stuff and it may be challenging for you to also uncover, well, what are you experiencing? What are you feeling? And especially in the beginning stages of your spiritual awakening journey, you may are not so aware of what's really going on. So here, working with someone can really be beneficial. And if you would like my help, if you would like a healing session, there's a link in the description below of my transformation healing session where I can assist you with clearing out that emotional charge, that emotional tension that you're feeling, so you can really move forward without all that inner turmoil that you're experiencing. But I really hope you enjoyed these techniques that I just shared with you, and that you may even give them a try to really see how they can help you, especially Oponopono is really a powerful technique that in the moment can really help you release that negative tension that you're feeling. But I want to thank you so much for being here. Now be sure to check out this video here. It's a light language activation to help you clear out any negative patterns and the negative energies to really help you with that as well. So I look forward to seeing you again in the next video. Until then, make an amazingly abundant and joyful day. Namaste.